Jamaica just landed on the radar of the United States, and not by accident. While the media headlines keep it quiet, America's recent actions toward the island reveal a deeper story, one that's been building behind closed doors. Whether it's quiet military cooperation, financial influence, or strategic diplomacy, the US has its eyes on Jamaica like never before. But why now? And more importantly, what aren't they telling us? In this episode, we break down the real facts behind America's growing interest in Jamaica, what's happening, what it means for our independence, and how this fits into a much bigger global power struggle. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how Jamaica is sitting on one of the most strategic pieces of the global chessboard, and why that matters more than ever. Don't forget, if you're proud of being Jamaican or Caribbean and want the truth without the media spin, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. In late 2024 and early 2025, several key developments signaled a major shift in US-Jamaica relations. First, the US quietly increased military and intelligence cooperation with Jamaica, particularly in maritime security and cyber defense. According to the US Southern Command, Jamaica is now a strategic partner in what they are calling an expanded regional defense strategy. This came just months after joint naval exercises between Jamaica and the US Coast Guard were conducted off the southern coast, ostensibly to target narcotics trafficking. But according to leaked briefings reported by The Intercept, these exercises are also designed to establish a US-friendly military posture in the Northern Caribbean. Secondly, there's the financial angle. In January 2025, the US signed a new development and infrastructure agreement through the US International Development Finance Corporation, promising over $150 million in funding for projects ranging from road upgrades to digital infrastructure. On paper, it sounds like a win, but the fine print reveals heavy influence: American contractors, American equipment, American oversight. And then, there's the diplomatic pressure. In February, the US State Department publicly called on Jamaica to reconsider its economic outreach to China, following new reports that Chinese firms had submitted bids to manage ports in Montego Bay and Kingston. Suddenly, Jamaica is being pulled in multiple directions, and Washington is making its position clear. While these moves are framed as partnership and aid, the truth is more strategic than charitable. What the mainstream headlines avoid is that Jamaica's location makes it one of the most valuable geopolitical zones in the Western Hemisphere. Just 600 miles from the Panama Canal, sitting between South America and the US East Coast, Jamaica is a potential hub for both military logistics and global shipping routes. According to retired US General Barry McCaffrey, control of Caribbean sea lanes is critical for any power seeking global influence. In recent congressional hearings on Western Hemisphere security, Jamaica was mentioned multiple times, not for humanitarian reasons, but for its proximity to emerging energy routes out of Guyana and Venezuela. The narrative of help and aid masks a deeper truth. This is about control. America is moving quickly to secure influence in the Caribbean, especially as China deepens its Belt and Road Initiative and Russia increases its presence in Venezuela and Cuba. Jamaica, with its political stability and growing economy, is the prime target for influence, by soft power or otherwise. Now, let's talk about who gains from all this. The US gains a secure ally in the region, a logistics hub, and a counterweight to Chinese investments in places like Barbados and the Dominican Republic. American corporations win contracts. American policymakers score influence points. But what about Jamaica? The concern is that we may be trading long-term autonomy for short-term gains. We've seen it before: foreign loans that come with strings attached, infrastructure deals that bypass local firms, and policies influenced by outsiders with their own interests. Remember what happened in Haiti when the US stepped in under the guise of humanitarian help. What followed was years of instability, foreign dependency, and loss of national control. Jamaica must learn from these examples and avoid becoming another cautionary tale. According to Dr. Terence Farrell, a Caribbean economist and former IMF advisor, foreign investment can be a blessing, but only when the terms are transparent, equitable, and locally empowering. Otherwise, it's just modern colonialism in disguise. So where does Jamaica stand in all of this? Prime Minister Andrew Holness has welcomed US involvement, stating that our partnership with America strengthens our national development goals. But critics within the opposition and civil society are urging more caution. Senator Lambert Brown recently warned in Parliament that external powers must not be allowed to dictate our economic model or sovereignty. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Jamaica does need partnerships, but they must be on our terms, with full transparency, accountability, and long-term local benefit. Jamaica can leverage this moment. We are in a rare position to play global powers against each other, demanding the best terms from both the US and China, while preserving our identity and independence. But to do that, we need vision, strategy, and leadership that thinks 3 steps ahead. And this is the perfect time to ask you, do you think Jamaica is handling this moment the right way? Should we be cautious of America's growing footprint, or embrace it with open arms? Drop your thoughts in the comments and share this video. It's time we have this conversation loud and clear. The bigger picture in the global chess game. This isn't just about Jamaica. It's about the new scramble for influence in the global south. The US, China, and even Russia are repositioning themselves across Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Just last year, China completed its new embassy in Barbados, one of the largest in the hemisphere. Russia signed military pacts with Nicaragua. And the US is renewing its focus on Caribbean stability, because in the 21st century, power isn't just measured in bombs and bullets. It's about ports, data cables, and influence. Jamaica, with its natural resources, educated workforce, and cultural capital, is no longer just a tropical destination, it's a strategic asset. And the world is noticing. We must be vigilant. Because while everyone's playing chess, the Caribbean cannot afford to be a pawn. We must become players. The kind that know the board, study the game, and protect our queen, our independence. This is not the time for silence. It's time for knowledge, unity, and strategic thought. Jamaica is powerful, but only if we understand the forces shaping our future. So the next time you hear about an aid package, a loan, or a strategic partnership, ask, who gains and who loses? Because the answers aren't always in the headlines, they are buried beneath them. And with that said, Jamaican AI shutting down. Remember to hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time.